Today we're going to use our jade applicator from Ada Cosmetic. I love this. I love this tool. It's so useful to release lip lines and improve everything that's happening in this area. So first I want to explain kind of what the issues are. So as we go through life, whether you are a smoker or not, let's just say you're in traffic and you get tense and you scrunch your lips. Every time you crease them, we're not doing anything to kind of release that. And so the muscles get tense and they often get frozen or tight, but also the fascia tissue, which is like a web that holds everything, begins to get these deep grooves. And usually they're treated by injecting hyaluronic acid, but we don't have to do this. There's another way. It just takes time. It's not going to happen in a day, but it does happen fast. So if we use this, and I'm going to show you the technique to stimulate the production of collagen, to stimulate the breaking apart of those deep grooves so they can restructure how it used to be, so that you have that tensile strength, so that, like, I used to get really bad creases and my lips started to get really small. So this technique is also going to make your lips fill out, because when we create, and this is like a micro trauma, we create this little sustained micro trauma in the tissue, it grows back with more tensile strength, and it also brings natural hyaluronic acid into our lips, because your body, whenever there's water, there's hyaluronic acid, and it can be in different molecule sizes. So this actually stimulates that production. Now you're talking about, you'll see a change right away because we get a release, but to get that plumping effect, it's going to take weeks or months depending on the condition of your lips, but don't lose hope. All right, let's begin. So go ahead and take your amazing applicator and find a nice high glide serum and place it on there. And then we're just going to touch it all around, and also go ahead and do down your neck, because we're going to do this whole area. Now the technique for doing the lip lines is very simple. You're going to take the edge of your jade applicator and you're just going to place it, and we're going to go back and forth again, that micro movement, because this kind of searches out any aberrations, any grooves in the fascia and the muscle, and it releases it. And you're just going to go back and forth. Now the first pass, as we're just kind of back and forth and going across the top lip line, you might want to pull your lips over your teeth. I can't quite do that because I'm talking. I'm just going to go back and forth, and at first it'll be like, oh, there's not too much there, but as we kind of keep going, you'll see that as the top level begins to relax and that muscular tension goes away, you'll actually start to find all kinds of these little adhesions, grooves. I mean, they even create something like a scar tissue there, and that holds those ridge lines and prevents your lips from being full. The other thing that happens, just keep going back and forth while I'm talking, is that as we kind of constrict our mouth, we get in the habit of holding it tight or tense, which actually shrinks the lip size over time because we're always keeping it tense. So when you see people's lips kind of shrinking as they get older, it's not their fault. They don't know this. We have to undo the day-to-day tension and stimulate the area with this controlled, gentle micro trauma so the tissue grows back better. And you can see I'm doing my lip line, just keep going, but I'm also, as I'm going to go all the way up to where the nose is, because there'll be tension lines all the way up there. Now, when I do my lips, I will oftentimes sit and watch a movie, and I will spend 20-30 minutes just going back and forth, because this gentle, steady pressure releases the tension, and it also stimulates the cells to regrow and to add natural hyaluronic acid for a much fuller, natural lips. I'm 45, so there you have it. That's what it can do. Good. Now we're going to go ahead and do the bottom part, and I'm going to keep kind of giving you more information about this. Just a same technique, back and forth, and just make sure you kind of hold your lips over your teeth, so you don't want to touch the stone to your teeth. And here, ooh, I got something right there. You'll find these spots where you can just feel the tension. You just go back and forth and kind of break it up. Now, don't expect to break it all up in one session. We've been creating these tension lines, these grooves for decades. So, but if you do consistent practice, and I'll do this about twice a week, and you can do a shorter session, but with the lips, because I'm trying to make mine a bit more full naturally, this is where I'll spend a bit more time. Like I said, maybe 20 or 40 minutes. And wherever I find a little area, I just kind of release it, and you'll see that some of the tension lines are like right at one point, but some you'll find it a bit deeper. And You can see that it'll run maybe down the whole chin or the upper lip. Excellent. And I also go all the way out here because I'll find that there'll be some of that feels like little crunchy grooves here. And just by releasing this, we get such a much more even mouth, and it feels good. It releases a lot of the, when we hold an emotion in the face, like we're frustrated or we're tense or we're stressed, and we don't do something to release it, it's like there's some part of it still there that reminds us of that emotion. And I don't need anything to remind me to feel stressed or, not at ease. And so why I like doing this at the end of the day is I've been talking a lot all day. I run a business, so this helps to just undo all of that. Good conversations, bad. I'm contracting the muscles, and just like, we do a lot of yoga poses to lengthen and release and create balance in the body, you'll find you can do the same thing here. So now you've probably found, oh, there's some good work in there. And then I always take an opportunity to kind of scoop here because I used to have really bad um, folds and creases here. So after I do this, I'll kind of scoop out to the side and just kind of finish it. So you've found where your tension lines are, and I recommend that you come back to those and work on your own, watching a movie. It will make the lips swell a bit the next day. So don't do it if you're going to be on camera or you have an important event, but I kind of like it. So that's just how I feel, and that's the information. You decide how intense you want to work. All right, so now we're going to look at this area. Now I want to put a little bit more of the serum on because we're going to do our whole neck. And again, I'm going to show you the technique, but if this is an area of concern, if you're starting to get like sagging skin here, you don't like the shape, we want to spend a bit more time. So go ahead and just spread it around. And again, this is a little hard to talk while I do it. So I'm going to put my chin up and I'm going to start here. So find your collarbone, and it's kind of nice to glide along the collarbone because, we get some tension, but I'm always gentle, not too much pressure. Better to do, I'm not like stabbing it, I'm just gliding very gently because multiple repetition is your friend more than intensity when it comes to this, because we're not just going after muscles, we're also dealing with more delicate things. Excellent. And then I'm just going to start right at the middle of my collarbone and just begin sliding up, and then I'm going to move a little bit in and just keep sliding up. And so I make this a nice sweeping motion. I start at the middle, I'm going to the center, and each time I slide up, moving it a little more in, and then here I'm going to glide and go to my tip of my chin. Then here, glide. It's very gentle, tip of the chin, and glide. This helps everything to come to life. Like when we start to get sagging, it's we just haven't been paying much attention, and by this stimulation, which is also great for the lymph and the circulation, a lot can be done. All right, so that was one side. Now I'm going to start again about the center of the collarbone. Same thing, I'm going to slide up. Good, and you can go all the way to the tip if you would like, and slide up. Again, gentle pressure. And I find this very, very, very relaxing. It makes it hard to remember to talk because it feels so good. Just gliding up, nice and gentle, smooth pressure. We're just working our way to the center. You're kind of going to go around your throat box, although when I go over the top of it in the center, I'm going to turn that flat part and slide it. So I'm not using the point anymore. All the way up, and then when I get to about here, I'm going to turn so that I'm using the point, and I'm just going to go up and down here. This is where the tongue is. Again, being very gentle, just releasing. And go ahead and drop your chin. Take a moment to just feel. So already you can feel there's a lot of stuff that begins to move. And then what I like to do, if you're concerned about sagging skin here, take this and really get some good glide. So I'm going to put even some more of my serum on because I want this to glide. And I'm going to now use this flat round part and just slide up. Super awakening for the skin. And now if this does hurt your neck, you can do any of these moves laying down with a pillow under your neck. Feel free to be creative. You don't have to be sitting upright. You can give yourself the support that you need. And oh, it feels great. And so you can see wherever you feel that you have a need, just do a bit more there. And this is super nice. Lips, neck, you're probably feeling very fantastic. And if you do this, let's see, I do the neck oftentimes daily, lips like twice a week. And if you keep with this, you will see everything just begins to grow back in a more sculpted and uplifted position. And I love this because it's something you can do right at home while you're relaxing in the evening. And it not only makes you prettier and more sculpted, it also helps to detox the emotion and the stress from the day. Enjoy.